What can I do you for?
What's colder than seeing your childhood home turned into a laser treatment center? I'll tell you. Watching the Dunder Mifflin office get replaced by one.
I just moved last month from Alaska because my sister went missing.
Yeah, the office is beating hard, gone. Zab.
Jim is gone. He's gone. I miss him so much.
But out of those ashes, Greg Daniels has given us something that, against all odds, actually works. The paper.
Use that.
I know it's not the Office 2.0, and that's exactly why it might just survive. Look, The Office is the show I've probably rewatched more than I've brushed my teeth. Every rewatch feels like catching up with old friends. You know the jokes.
Red.
How about green?
I think green is kind of whorish.
You know the awkward silences.
You know what? You just have to be there. I wish I was. I love inside jokes. I'd love to be a part of one someday.
You even know how Michael is going to ruin that meeting, but you still laugh every time.
Soap! Don't drop the soap! Michael, please.
So imagine seeing that gut punch of seeing that iconic office, our home for 9 seasons, turned into a laser spark. That's not nostalgia, that's vandalism.
Goodbye, my lover. Goodbye, my friend.
And let's be real, every Office remake around the world has ranged from meh to please make it stop. Nothing has ever captured that lightning in a bottle magic.
Hey, right back at you, bitch.
So when I heard that Greg Daniels himself was returning with a spin-off set in the same universe, I had two feelings. Pure excitement and the kind of skepticism usually reserved for buying sushi at a gas station. The cast, mostly fresh faces. I'm talking names I had to Google 3 times to even pronounce. Domhnall Gleeson.
Me didn't. Me wouldn't.
Yes, the guy from Ex Machina who was brilliant, and also apparently in Frank. And I'll be honest, I've seen Frank. Okay, I'll remember liking that movie, but I have no recollection of seeing Mr. Gleeson in that. Sabrina, I'm not gonna say her last name because I don't want to butcher it.
What was that? Maybe a piece of cheese?
All respect to her though. And Chelsea Frei,
I actually wrote for Stars and Stripes, the military newspaper.
who has a resume full of stuff I've never watched, but probably should. But the real cherry on top, Oscar.
I'm not agreeing to any of this. Don't you guys have enough after 9 years?
Yes, the return of Oscar Nuñez. My guy. In the original show, any storyline with him was golden.
Plantate this plantation.
And seeing him here again was bittersweet, surprisingly. On one hand, he slipped back into that Oscar mode effortlessly. On the other hand, he's clearly aged. And because I stay binge The Office weekly, my brain refuses to accept that time moves forward for him or for me. Not only that, seeing him with this new group, seeing him with this new family is sort of like seeing that your old friend has found some new friends. Now, do I think that bringing Oscar back was the right call? Honestly, I'm torn. He fits, sure, but his story already had a perfect ending. Still, his presence adds just enough connective tissue to make the paper feel like a genuine continuation instead of a cheap knockoff. Now, here's the first thing you need to know. Nobody hears the new Michael or the new Jim or the new Pam. That's not how this works. That's not how any of this works. The only returning character is Oscar. Everyone else, pure Greg Daniels Baby Factor originals. The setup, a newsroom, is on its last legs in the digital age. The new editor, Ned Sampson, played by Gleeson, is a guy who's never worked at a paper in his life. He just sold fancy toilet papers for his parent company. Yup, the paper connection is literally that thin. And yes, they lean into toilet paper jokes.
May look like ordinary ice creams, but in actual fact they are sample rolls of peppermint-scented toilet paper.
This isn't ice cream. It's toilet paper.
Bold strategy, Greg. So, how is it? Honestly, surprisingly good. Now, it's not like belly laugh funny like The Office, at least not yet. But here's the thing. Neither was The Office. Season 1 was awkward. Parks and Rec, same story. Abbott Elementary, ditto. A great workplace comedy takes time. You can't fall in love with the chaos of strangers in just a few episodes. You need to live with them, grow with them, and eventually scream at your screen because they won't admit they're in love already. The paper has laid a solid foundation. Some characters already shine, especially Esmeralda, who feels like Michael Scott, not by a huge margin, but at least a little. She has a similar IQ and a great obsession with clickbait headlines. She's running the newsroom with articles like "You won't believe how much Ben Affleck tipped his limo driver" and Elizabeth Olsen's nighttime routine exposed. It's journalism by BuzzFeed, and it's hilarious because it's uncomfortably real. The rest of the crew, a delightful mess of incompetence, overconfidence, and just enough charm to keep you hooked. So no, the paper is in The Office, and thank God for that. If it tried to be, it would fail instantly. What it is though is a scrappy, self-aware spin-off that knows how to wink at fans without living in the shadow of its big brother. It's the underdog story of a newspaper barely surviving in the digital age. Filled with characters who are awkward, hilarious, and occasionally brilliant, it panders, sure, but it panders with love. Will it become as iconic as The Office? Probably not. But could it grow into something special if we give it time? Absolutely. So don't go into the paper expecting Michael Scott's chaos or Jim smirks into the camera. Instead, expect something new, weird, and warm. And if the first season is any indication, surprisingly worth your time. Because sometimes the best way to honor the past is not to repeat it. I hope you guys like this video. What did you guys think of The Office? Leave your thoughts down in the comments. And if you guys like the video, please hit the like button for me and subscribe as well. It would honestly mean a lot to me. Thanks, and I'll see you in the next one.